Got the marsh on my left, ocean on the right. That's crazy, man. And I'm headed right up the middle of this thing. I got 3 days in this wilderness. I'm going a lot further than most people go. I ain't seen a horse yet, but I've seen a lot of their sign. There it is. Horse manure. I've seen that a couple times. I've been down this trail. You gotta be in here somewhere. Coming across the first round of wilderness campers right over here. So I got about 5 miles left to go before I hit camp, but on the way, I'm hitting an old plantation. Old man Stafford, Robert Stafford, used to own the place back during the Civil War. I want to check it out. There's an airport right next to it. Then I'm gonna skirt around the left side of the island, hit the marsh, maybe do a little fishing, then I'm gonna land at camp for the night. Well, there's the airport. I don't see no airstrips. I hear an airplane. I spotted a couple wild horses out there. Way out there. Walk up there so I can get a better look at them. Yeah, they are. Out there just grazing. Not a care in the world. You see, these horses have been here since the settlers came over. Those are some of the descendants of the horses, of those horses. And they've just been kind of roaming here ever since. Old man Stafford's plantation and his cemetery should be right up here. Whole bunch of good hogs down here too. If you can see that with all that right there. Hogs been in here rooting it up. Big time. That's old man Robert Stafford's grave. He owned this plantation right up here. Pre-Civil War, Civil War. I think a little after the Civil War. And he and his family buried right there. Mr. Robert Stafford used to work for the family that owned it before him, and eventually he bought them out. Bought up more land, bought up some more workforce, and eventually had a pretty good enterprise out here. Growing cotton, selling it, getting rich off of it. So that's it right there. That's the old Stafford residence. Imagine that, him living there. And all this out here, we've been planting cotton. Crazy. Later tonight at camp, I got a story about him that I'll tell you. For now, take a break, get a little drink of water. Wooded trail, wilderness, my kind of place. So that's the marsh right there on the far west edge of this island. So I'm gonna drop my pack right here, see if I can sneak up on a gator. Come on, where you at, swamp puppy? Probably see something out here. Seashells. They're washed up. I'm gonna have to hit the beach. I'll hit the beach one of these days. One of the days I'm here. Look for some shark's teeth and maybe grab a few seashells for the kids. As I'm walking this trail, I come across this thing right here. I got no idea what it is. Let's check it out. What do you guys think that is? So right up here down this road is a great big old mansion built for George Carnegie. Go up here, taking a break on this old timey swing. Ooh. That's weird. The ceiling not painted blue here. Most of these old down-built homes have a blue ceiling and a haunt blue. Some say it's to keep the demons away, some say it's to keep the wasps out of here. So this house here, this plum orchard, built for George Carnegie and his wife. And they used it until the late 20s when George passed away. And ultimately his sister got it. And then they just gave it away to the Park Service. So now the Park Service actually owns this house. Headed to camp, get set up, cook some supper, get some shut-eye, and burn out. Got another long day tomorrow, but it's been a good day though. Got a camp set up. Might have a little chili mackerel beef tonight. Isn't it good? Good. Ooh, that was a good steak. Ooh, just about to be bedtime. So as I was hiking in and got past the Stafford plantation, I was thinking about Mr. Stafford's story and what life must have been like for him. You know, pre-Civil War, Civil War, and then after the Civil War. So growing up, he worked for the Shaw family, who were the original owners of this plantation, and he kind of made his way up, and eventually when they got ready to hand it off, he bought it from them and he took it over. And eventually he was the kind of guy, he bought a bunch of land, got a bunch of slaves, and amassed a bunch of wealth, but he never married. But he did ended up having 6 kids with one of his slaves, but they never married. And from what I understand, he didn't come from much. But he managed to build a pretty large operation. So during the high tide of his plantation, right before the Civil War hit, he owned 8,000 acres and right at 350 slaves. Imagine that. Back in that day, it was probably worth a ton of money. And he had a pretty unorthodox way of kind of managing those slaves. He would give them a certain task, a certain amount of things to do in one day, and if they did those things, they could go find work elsewhere or do whatever they wanted to. But after the Civil War, everything changed for him. He ended up sending his common-law wife and the 6 kids up north when the war broke out. And after the war was over, his common-law wife came back to visit him, and come to find out he had 2 more kids with an ex-slave. So tomorrow night's story is going to be about a shipwreck on this island. Hey guys, what's up? Hey, hey. Hey there. Hey. Snuck up on me. Yo, I'm watching this monster pit wild pig in front of me. Let's see if I can sneak up on him. Oh. There he goes. Dang. They're in there. There was one right to my right. I didn't see him. There's a stud in front of me though. I saw the one on the road from a ways back. I thought it was a small horse at first. Big old boar. Welcome to Cumberland Island. I'll let that sit for 10 minutes and make a little coffee. I stopped by Black Rifle Coffee Company. Picked up a little Blackbeard roast. Not a bad way to drink coffee by the ocean. dark coffee joined out. That's good. Good dark coffee. This is something you don't see very often right here. Miles and miles of beach with nobody on it. As far as the eye can see. From one end to the other. It's all wilderness. Let's see if I can do a little beach combing and find some seashells or some shark's teeth for the kids. All kind of seashells right here on the edge right here. Check that out, as far as you can see that way. Nobody. That's crazy, man. Crazy. Ooh, nice big seashell right there. See if somebody's home. Sugar down. Nope, nobody's home. Take that one with me. Check out this dude right here. He's got washed up on the shore. He's chilling. He might be stuck. Tell them we'll find out here. The jellyfish right there. Wanted to find a couple cool seashells, but no shark's teeth for the kiddos. Hopefully I'll find some down the line somewhere. But I'm gonna keep making my way up the side of the island here. See if I can find some spots to fish in and eventually head to the west side of the marsh where I'm camping tonight. Probably another 3 or 4 miles. I used all my water up on breakfast this morning. So I gotta hunt me some water down quick. Been hiking for the last 2 or 3 hours. No water. I'm getting super thirsty. It's supposed to be a pond up here. I get some water out of it, but I have no idea. If there's no water in that pond, next water source is like 3 or 4 miles up here. I'm gonna drop my pack right here on this tree. Try to go find some water. Pick it up when I double back this way, head to camp. I'm looking for water for 4 hours. It's the best I can do right now. Got salt water. Dang it. All the way up here just for salt water. Dang. Should have known better. All that water going out. That's a real bummer. That's a real kick in the face right there. 4 hours hiking this marsh is salt. Saltwater marsh. Back on the trail since that was a bust. Gotta find some other water. So on my way back to find water where I knew water was. I met up with this really nice guy who lives right over there on a piece of private land. Came riding by me on a side by side. Picked me up and offered a ride to me, take me back to the plum orchard to get some water. Struck up a conversation with him. Super nice guy. Super nice guy. Giving me a ride, talking to me. Told me a little bit about the place. Then I'm headed back to where I dropped my poles off. Trying to get my hands on some fresh water. I'm gonna make it now. We got another 5 miles. Get to camp. Let me check this out right here. At first I thought this was some kind of transformer. Looks like a headstone though. Oh, look at that pig. 2 pigs over there. Oh, stop, I gotta see them first. See right there. 2 of them. Back to what I was talking to before I saw the pigs. Let's see what this headstone looking thing here. Let's see what it is. Oh, it's a survey marker. Let's see what it says. U.S. Coast Survey Reference Marker. Cool crap. Alright, now back to pick the pack up, head to camp. Trying to find me a swamp puppy in one of these ditches. Check these out. These are resurrection fern, and they live on the oak trees. But during dry spells like this, they shrivel up to protect themselves. When we get a good rain, hopefully soon, sprout back out, turn green. Well, back to the pack. Yep, still there. Well, it's getting late. I still got 2 miles to go before I hit camp. Let's better get moving. Getting to camp later tonight, but tonight I'm gonna do some spaghetti with beef marinara. Bon appetit. That was good. Man, I'm ready to hit the sack now. I'm gonna figure out a way to take it easy in the morning. I'll do the shipwreck in the morning, the story. I gotta get shut eye. It's almost midnight here. This place is eat up with raccoons. They're getting brave, coming around the tent at night. Man, so I spent most of last night fighting off raccoons. Those little jokers are brave around here. They will come up to the tent, come right up to the tent, put their hands on the tent. You shine a light on them, nothing. Just all night. It was like 11, 12, 3, 5 this morning. So I owe you a shipwreck story that I didn't get to last night. It was just too smoked. But back in 2013, some hikers or beachcombers found an old wooden ship buried on the other side of the island. And they knew it was something different, so they called up the authorities. The authorities came and they dug up some more, and it looked like, to most authorities and whoever else was looking, it looked like it was built in the probably mid-1800s Civil War era. They suspect it was a runner ship, some kind of runner ship for either, I guess, for the Confederate Army. But they tested it, they looked at it, they studied it, and couldn't definitively figure out what era it was from or what it was used for or whatever. And it was buried right below the surface, right on the edge of the water. So they decided to cover it up to safeguard it from treasure hunters. So they say. So we never figured out what it was. To this day, the location is undisclosed. So nobody, well, I guess some folks know where it is, but most people, it's not out there on the internet or the maps or anything. So nobody really knows where it is. Yeah, as I'm getting my stuff ready together this morning, right by the tent here, we got some visitors. So check them out. What's up, guys? What's up? Check that out. These wild horses just rolled into camp this morning. Looks pretty cool. Stop and brush my teeth real quick. Ooh, this water way up here got a sulfur taste to it. Smells like rotten eggs. Gotta try this little hole right here. Well, I made a few casts, but I don't believe I'm not going to have much luck here. I'm not sure why, but for some reason I had in my head that this was going to be freshwater. But the fact that it ties back into the ocean, it's definitely saltwater. But I'm set up for freshwater bass fishing, so probably not going to do any good here. Ooh, that's an alligator right there. How in the world did he get in there? Getting decent out of there. Hey boy, where the hell does this thing go to? Finally got to see a swamp puppy. Look at the scale standing up, boy. They got that joker cage in here like a pit. This is the point where most hikers don't go past. So I'm one of the few crazy ones making my way up here. By the time I'm at the tip of this island, I'll be 15 miles plus from where I got dropped off on Friday. In the morning, I gotta get up probably around daylight, hump it back to the dock. That's the old wharf right over there. There's what's left of it. That old wharf was built to serve as a resort that was built over here, I think in the early 1900s, something like that. But now, there's nothing left of it now. I'm gonna go see the first African American church. So this church was founded by freed slaves in 1893 by Reverend Lockett. It served this little community here as a church and as a school. Let's go inside. You know, just something to note here. What an absolute blessing to be here. It's Easter Sunday today. Be able to visit this church on Easter Sunday. Let's go check out the inside. Wow. That's cool. Oh, church here, the altar. So this house right here is Miss Alberty's old house. She lived on the island for a while. She left, got her education off the island, eventually came back and became the mayor of this area that's known as the settlement. The settlement was started back in the late 1800 by freed slaves. And this church here was built to replace the old one, old wood one that was breaking down. This was built in the mid-30s. There it is, the settlement. Pretty neat thing about places like this and what they've been through in their history and all that. Really keeps you grounded and it centers you, you know. Well, I'm headed back to camp now. I've seen just about everything I want to see on this island. I've been from one end to the other. Looks like they're trying to trap hogs over here. They got a little feeder. See that dude right there? They got a little feeder hanging off the tree there. They need to. Turkeys are everywhere on this island. I saw the alligator earlier in the cage. See if I can sneak up on it from the back this time. Hey. Hey, dude. Hey. You can real easily get out of that cage. Real easy. Oh. Had to come get in the tent. Stay away from the flies and the gnats. Looks like we got some weather moving in, so I'm gonna get over here, get some water, get cooking supper, get that rain flap on, and hunker down for a little bit. Got a little chicken and dumplings action tonight. Last one. Old school right here. Yep, let's go. Get some pretty decent winds here. Just got done eating, so I'm gonna head inside the tent and hopefully wait this thing out. These are pretty good winds here. Hope it don't last too long. Well, looks like we rode most of the storm out, which is pretty short-lived. Got a little rain. Every little bit helps. We just go take a little walk down the beach here. Check it out. I think most of the storm is past now, but hopefully it's going for a little bit because I gotta get up early in the morning. I'm gonna try to get up around 4:30, leave no later than 5 or 5:30, and just start hiking all the way back down to the dock. So see y'all bright and early. It's about 4:30 now. So I'm trying breaking down camp and I'm gonna hit the road. Do a little quick breakfast this morning so I can get out of here, but some old school grits. Well, we made it on the road here. It's probably 5:45. Hopefully it takes me no more than 6 hours to get back down to the dock, so fingers crossed we can make it. So I've been hiking by 2 hours now, making a pretty good time. I'll put my route on the water sources because they're few and far between on the island. But I should make it, hopefully I'll make it back to the docking town. At the very least, I want to make it back to catch the ferry back to mainland. But the crown jewel of this place is a little bit past my pickup point. So what I really want to do is get there in time, drop my pack and go check it out. That water's got lots of sulfur in it. Back on the trail. Got about another probably 6.5 miles to go. Come on. Move along. Move along. Well, that was awful nice of them. Just share the trail. Made it. You got a little time to spare. Does it feel good to be back? I actually got here quite a few hours early. So by just hanging out, my feet are killing me. But the crown jewel of this place is another mile past this little place here. And it's the Dungeness ruins. It was owned by the Carnegie family up until the Depression in the 1920s. And then probably 30-ish years later, somebody burned it down. So it's just this huge mansion they used to use as a getaway at the very end of the island. But let's come back and see it another day because I'm smoked at this point.